we are back for a podcast because Jeff and I love the self-importance of sounding like this. If you could only listen to what we're hearing right now, it
sounds so sultry.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm Mike.
Are you guys listening to the same thing I am?
Yeah. Yeah, you just don't appreciate
Jeff,
it.
Let's
spin around. We got the 70s
Jeff.
show camera going on.
and I'm Mark. Hi. How's it going?
And this time we're going to keep it a little more focused because we like to meander through whatever we're talking about. So Mark has devised an excellent system for keeping us on point. So we're going to jump right in and we're going to start by talking about mainly E3. That's going to be most of the topics here. So Jeff, I know you have quite the extensive list of
Well, I have a
E3
list of
things.
what was talked about and what was announced. But the standouts for me, though, was Rainbow Six Siege. It's like a 4v4 type of setup. I don't know if you guys had a chance to check out any of the trailers, but it looks sick. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Counter-Strike. It's one-shot kills type of thing. And you do have some time to get your setup and get set up strategically in whatever map you're on. You can build blockade structures. You can build your own freestanding blockades, or you can reinforce doors, that sort of thing. But while the terrorists are doing that, the anti-terror squad is also sending in drones to scout you out, that sort of thing, and devise plans. There's destructible walls for sniper vision, or just for a different way to get access to the room or what have you. This isn't the first year that they announced it, but it continues to look sick. It already looks like a finished product. I'm just super excited to see the return of Rainbow Six. The other thing is also from Ubisoft, which is The Division. This is supposed to be like somewhat of an RPG. It looks really interesting, but I think it's one of those games that we just have to play. So we'll see about that. But a game I know is going to be awesome without playing it is XCOM 2. Super excited about this. I don't know why you're smirking.
Okay, look, I have no idea. None whatsoever. What is XCOM? I've never played it before. Where did it come from? Who makes it?
XCOM has a storied history. XCOM's been around for a while.
storied history, according to Jeff.
It's switched hands. Oh, it's been out.
No, I'm shitting.
The game's the franchise has been around for a long time. The ownership of the franchise has switched hands a few times. But now it's under Firaxis. Hopefully I'm saying that right, which is Sid Meier, that group. But basically, I mean, you know Final Fantasy Tactics, right?
Yep.
It's basically that, only definitely more depth, in my opinion. It's like Final Fantasy Tactics mixed with some Civ stuff.
And aliens.
And just aliens, yeah. Yeah, but really badass. Super excited. But maybe we'll have to introduce you to the game before the second one comes out and get your thoughts on it.
Yes, please.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, please.
Definitely.
Right.
Mike, what did you think of E3?
I didn't pay any attention to it after Bethesda came out.
You're one of those.
Yes. And Fallout 4 looks so good.
Breathe.
Looks so good. I'm so excited. Fallout is definitely one of, I would say, my top after BioShock. I'm a big BioShock, System Shock, those games. So anything like that, I'm obviously down for. But Fallout, I played through all of them. Again, kind of same thing. There's the original ones, and then there's the new series, the Fallout 3 and New Vegas, and they're both really good. They're both very different. But everything they're doing in Fallout 4 looks really, really good. The second screen thing is, again, the way that it was described was second screens are bullshit. This one is still bullshit, but it's way fun. And it does actually look really cool, and I'm glad that they kind of have acknowledged, this is gimmicky as hell, but it's a cool thing, and whatever. And now I can buy a $100 piece of plastic
the Pit-Boy?
to protect my virginity when I go outside. So
explain this
So
And there's an app for that too. Yeah.
well, so the Pip-Boy is like a phone case you wear on your hand to scare women away.
Yes.
But apparently you can. It's totally not even needed in the game because it doesn't do anything. It just holds the phone there. But if you want the full experience, you put your coveralls on, you strap this bad boy on, you put your phone inside it, and then it's the second screen, so all the menu stuff can be done through this, like it is done in the game. Because normally, if you bring up your menu, he looks at the Pip-Boy and does whatever.
That's really great.
So
I can hear your prostate shriveling right
I
now.
know. I love it. But yeah, so Bethesda had a whole bunch of cool stuff. Like Dishonored 2 looks kind of interesting. Doom looks... it looks really good, but it looks so slow.
It looks honestly like really a lot of more of the same from Doom.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been there, done that.
Yeah. Like I mean, there's only so much monster-looking, scary shit that's cool. But like Doom is a fast game; it should be fast. So you can't just have it look really good.
Yeah.
That's almost secondary. It should just be chaos, and it doesn't look like that at all.
Right.
But hopefully, I feel like that was like an overwhelming kind of criticism to it. So maybe that is kind of signs the developer can, because I would assume something like that is a little easier to tweak up. You add some more monsters, speed it up a bit, kind of thing. Like that seems tweakable. So like all is not lost on it, but who knows? And then the thing I know Mark's excited about, so you might as well just go tell everyone how excited.
Star Wars freaking Battlefront.
Oh, wow, that is not what I thought was going to happen.
That's the one that I am stoked for, is Star Wars Battlefront. I mean, I have wanted Call of Duty on a Star Wars type thing for a long
I thought you were
time.
just going to say I've wanted Call of Duty, and thank God they announced another one.
Oh yeah, because they just don't have enough. They go so far between Call of Duties.
Yeah.
It's just wrong.
That's why I thought when you were going to talk about other things exciting from Ubisoft, I thought it's like, oh, and there's another Assassin's Creed game. It's like, ooh,
No.
who could have seen that coming? But that's not what I thought you'd be most excited
I
about.
thought it was going to be a little remake.
Well, I mean, Star
if
Wars Battlefront
if they were
is
remaking
big. Star
Final
Wars
Fantasy
Battlefront is
8.
big, but if they were remaking Final Fantasy VIII,
Nobody
it would be
wants
bigger
that.
for me. Hey, there's like Shuhei Yoshida. He's on record as saying 8 is one of his favorites. So I'm in good company as far as I'm
You could have
concerned.
just made up a name. I have no idea who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about,
Yes, I know.
Shuhei Yoshida.
Yes.
Okay, so that I mean the remake I'm stoked for, as well as the Battlefront, and I don't know. I liked Mario Maker.
Mario Maker
The
was
worst.
actually pretty solid. Actually, it's kind of what I kind of wanted from what's that game Sony put out with Sockboy?
Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet. Like Little Big Planet was excellent. Just the jumpiness, the jump mechanic was way
very
too
floaty.
and I mean it's Mario, so obviously they nailed the Mario feel, and I maybe I shouldn't put that expectation on Little Big Planet, but it was there.
It's a different kind of game, but I see your point.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
I was looking for a solid platformer that you could create with and have some fun and pick up some really sweet levels on, and Little Big Planet just wasn't quite that for me. But that's just me.
So the other thing about E3, and it kind of got ignored a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed, there was someone interviewing some developers on one of the Twitch channels. And
one of the many Twitch channels.
the many, yeah. Apparently that, and YouTube Live, I guess, which I didn't realize people used, but good on YouTube. They need some more money. But he asked, when are developers going to stop shipping out broken games? And it was like silence for a bit. And it's kind of like, you know what? Because if you go on Amazon right now, like I've been scouring, like, Fallout it's already got a release date, so at least there's kind of some something there. But they've got releases and pre-orders for games that don't exist.
That's how some of these reporters are actually getting their info, is through these release dates and whatnot that they're seeing on Amazon, on European sites that sell the game. That's kind of crazy when you think about
But they're
it.
games that don't exist. Like that's
But can the
E3 is supposed
developers
to
be
be
blamed for that though? Like Amazon can post whatever the hell they want for pre-order.
I suppose, but at some point, like, you just gotta, and yeah, I guess it's not the developer's fault, but the developer's still rushing out these broken games. Like that's
as far
still
as a broken
on them.
game, that's an
But
issue. Batman Arkham
Knight
is supposed to be completely broken on PC. I don't know if that's been fixed.
And the
lately.
neckbeards are so angry about.
And what else was broken? There was another game that was broken that just escapes me at the moment. But yeah, like I think what's happening is they're farming out these PC ports. And whatever third-party developer that they're getting to Doom just doesn't have the love for this game that the first-party developer has, so it's just not coming out right.
You would think in an age of where consoles are versus where PCs are, yes, I realize, the PC purists are light years ahead, but developing-wise and platform-wise, like, they can't be monstrously different at this point.
It can't be too hard, but apparently it is. And I guess it's a matter of resources, though, right? Like, you have limited people, limited time. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? But there's no excuse for releasing a broken game.
So we are now being given the cup of giant shut the fuck up. So I guess that means we go on to the next one.
Yeah.
Which also kind of, I think that's the main thing I saw, because that's where I noticed it on Amazon. They have Zelda Wii U.
Yeah. As
a pre-order.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
But that's not on Nintendo or anybody else. That's on Amazon.
Yeah, but where's this money going then?
Where's what? In Amazon's pocket.
I suppose.
For anyone who's foolish enough to take the bait.
And maybe that's why it's a little worse with Nintendo, because I feel like Nintendo's crowd is very passionate. Like there's the kind of like the stalwart Nintendo crowd that, us. Yeah. The people that have grown up with Nintendo and will go back and play those games if you have a Wii U.
Yeah.
Like I've got every first party kind of release because that's all there is on the Wii U. Let's be honest. And if I wasn't paying attention, I'd be, there's a new game. I can actually go and get it. But it's not a real thing. And Nintendo doesn't seem to care because they obviously aren't there. I don't feel like they're even focused on the Wii U.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I think the success they're having on the Wii U is kind of stumbled into. Splatoon's been a big hit for them. Captain Toad got a lot of attention. Obviously, Super Smash Brothers is like their cash cow. They're really getting behind the DLC for that, and it seems to be working. It seems to be pretty effective. Amiibo has been a really big thing for them. Again, that's driven by Super Smash Brothers as well, though. Amiibo. Yeah,
I like saying Amiibo.
Amiibo. We had this conversation before.
Amiibo. That's what it's called. So yeah, I mean, they're making money. I think they're just kind of stumbling into it and not quite sure how to take advantage of it still, though. Like Amiibo, they're selling, but there's no real solid use for them. You get a few things unlocked in other games outside of Smash Brothers, but even within Smash Brothers, it's an unplayable character. It's more of like a pet. So they really should try and figure that out. But like the collectible market's going crazy for it. Of
course they are.
Right? They're just going nuts. So,
but Nintendo, like I know that was one of the big things. Is everyone announced everything, but Nintendo didn't announce shit. Like Nintendo doesn't really have a solid track record at E3 for caring. They do their own thing. Like their Nintendo Direct stuff gets way more attention from
I'll tell you what I liked. I like seeing the World Championships before. Right. Like I know technically wasn't really a part of what was going on.
It was part of Nintendo's E3 strategy, though.
But I mean, it technically wasn't E3. It was their World Championships. Yeah. But in that, they leaked out, like, one of the, I think it was the second or third challenge that they did. It was that Metroid-esque ball game.
Yeah.
That's for the 3DS. And I don't know. I think a lot of people are screaming about how bobbleheady the art structure is going through for them. Right. So they're just a lot of their choices you have to question because they're not in line with what their fans are asking for in a lot of cases. So what's going on?
But to be fair, some of the things their fans are asking for are stupid as hell. Like, I get that I would love to play another Metroid style game too, but at the same time, like it's not something that has a broader appeal, and Nintendo gets it. They know that they've got stuff that they can take a first person shooter and make it approachable for adults to play and kids. Like no one else is doing that. Like yeah, there's a dearth of 13-year-olds playing Call of Duty that shouldn't be, but
that's a good word, dearth.
But Splatoon is fun, and it's appropriate for pretty much anyone. Like, you can question what Nintendo is doing with their franchises, but they always find a way to bring more people into the fold.
But isn't Splatoon multi-platform?
No, it's Nintendo
completely
only.
in-house.
Okay.
Yeah, completely in-house.
Yeah, it's a first party. So that's, when they make these choices, the choice is not to, I think the championship series are meant to be, and Mario Maker are meant to be, embracing their old kind of stalwart
they're
fans.
They're looking to recapture an older generation, right? Like probably right around our range, and also bring in a younger generation, not the generation that came right after us, but maybe a generation or two behind
they put Metroid on the box. That's going to be enough for us to get it.
Yeah.
They've got to convince a whole bunch of other people that have never heard of Metroid to do it. And if that means updating the style of gameplay, the art style, whatever they have to do, they're pretty good at figuring that out, obviously. I mean, Splatoon is a perfect example of that. Mario Kart 8 is a good example of that.
Yeah.
They went to HD graphics because they knew, the 8 to 14-year-olds aren't going to play a game that looks like shit.
Right.
It makes sense. Like they're not here to keep us happy. They're here to make some money.
Right.
And I think their strategy makes sense.
So do they need to there was no Wii U Zelda, there was no 3D Mario, but do they need to bring up a Wii U Zelda or 3D Mario when they've brought us a Star Fox and a Mario Maker? Is it necessary? A Fire Emblem? Those are all games that, do speak to, the nostalgia as well as, potentially hardcore players as well.
Yeah, Fire Emblem's a weird one because I don't see that market getting much bigger. That's a tough sell as opposed to all of their other IP.
I think what happened with Fire Emblem that's really made it so big over here in this in this territory for them, United States, Canada, is Smash Brothers. Mm-hmm. Smash Brothers has brought a lot of attention to Fire Emblem that it's never had in this territory before.
But you can say the same about Earthbound. They hardly do shit for that.
That's fair, but Fire Emblem's been a little more constant than Earthbound, right? Earthbound, it may be in the realm of a little untouchable for Nintendo.
Well, and I suppose, I guess that's not even true because they did the Wii U launch for Earthbound. Apparently, they're revamping the original Mother and calling it Earthbound Zero or something because it was already ready for launch essentially, but they just never did it on the NES because it was so late in the life cycle. So it's, I guess they're still giving it love. They're not giving it any, they're not really doing anything new with it, but they don't have to.
But should we have seen the Wii U Zelda again? Do we need to see that?
Yes, I need to see Wii U Zelda.
Spin that camera right around, Mark.
To ensure I need to see Wii U Zelda. It's more of a faith thing with me right now because when NX drops, if Zelda goes to that,
it's been guaranteed for Wii U.
I know take that to the bank. I do not take that to the bank.
They've done a dual console launch in the past, yes, with Zelda.
But you don't have a Wii U anyway.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do have a Wii U.
Never mind.
Rocking,
and
rocking it all.
I've got them all. All three.
You got to pick up
Way to go.
So
Ash Ketchum.
Yeah, I've caught them all, and I am sorely mistaken. But the best thing I think, man, this is tripping me out. The best thing I think that they can do is just to start to bleed out more screenshots, bleed out more stuff from that, even if it's Tingle type characters, you know what I mean, like minor stuff. Turn that off to save the battery. So I don't want to at the last minute, oh yeah, okay, I know we said that we were going to put it on the Wii U, but we need to move it to the NX.
I don't think NX is as close as we all think it is.
I don't think it's anywhere near.
I don't think it's as close as we all think it is. I think they put NX out there just to let people know that Nintendo is still serious about the console market. Because you got to remember, they also recently announced that they're making games for phones as well. Right. Which I think is super exciting. Like, I hope that. No. Like, I'm tired of these Mario ripoffs. Right,
sure.
Nintendo will do it right. We're not going to get anything too great. We're going to get solid platforming games. I don't think things that are well within Nintendo's realm and reach.
They're in the collectible market now. They totally see the dollars that are falling from the sky in the mobile market. And to go back to Mark's point about do you need Zelda, I think one of the things that I would have as much passion for Fallout as most people do for Nintendo franchises, and to see a teaser trailer and then say here's the game within the same year is fantastic. Like, I am so happy because
they've been working on Fallout since Fallout Vegas.
Absolutely, but they've been working on Zelda U since
it's been like 4 years.
Yeah, but they don't. There's no rush for them. They'll get it out when they get it out, and it will sell systems. It'll push systems like Mario Kart did. It'll push systems like
it's like Smash the last fucking Guardian, man. That game has been said that it's coming for ages, and now it's coming.
And now it's coming.
Yeah, but it took time though, so
they didn't even have to kickstart it, which apparently is.
You think? We gotta move on.
All right, now it's shut the fuck up time.
Move on.
We're gonna talk about VR, which is another one of my categories. So why doesn't Jeff or Mark start us off?
I mean, we all know about the Oculus Rift and what that brought. That was brought through, Kickstarter, Mike's favorite platform for anything. It's a solid way to buy something, isn't it, Mike?
No.
What?
No. And you know what? I'm going to take just 30 seconds to
You're being timed.
Kickstart shame the person that developed the G Pen. Because I kickstarted
How long has it been?
It's been almost 3 years.
It's just around the corner.
It's just around. I work, like, my day-to-day job is with people that do this shit for a living, and they get it. They understand. I don't know how you could just be so inept. Obviously, you don't care, and you want to take my money, and I'm on to you, and there's nothing I can do about it because I'm the idiot that gave you money. Let's talk about something else. Sorry.
So, virtual reality. We have
G-Pen is never going to sponsor our show. I'm sorry.
We have something coming from HTC and Steam. The name escapes me right now, but we also have Sony's Morpheus.
Is Steam's VR?
Yeah, it's okay. HTC and Steam are teaming up to do something.
Right, yes, okay.
And then we also have something kind of different, actually, from Microsoft in the HoloLens. So, did you see the video for that?
I did.
Yeah?
And the Minecraft on the HoloLens. I'm sorry, I'm sold on that.
I am totally sold on that. That's what really got me. It wasn't the VR. Like, I don't know. Maybe I have to try the Oculus. I have not tried it, but the demo for the HoloLens looked really great to me. And the Minecraft demo was the perfect demo. Was the exact right game to show. I'm not a Minecraft player, but it got me super amped. Just for I can see myself playing SimCity or a game like that. I love SimCity, or even like a game like XCOM, and just having that view, that tactical view, looking down on a table. I think that's just, that's exciting.
Sure. But this is the thing with E3, and it's the same kind of running point that it's cool to show off this tech, but none of this really looks market ready. And yes, you can tell me that
but E3 is not always about market ready. For some companies it is, but not all.
No, but
and I understand. Microsoft also did the what was their camera thing called? Not the Eye, that was PlayStation.
The Kinect.
The Kinect, and that's kind of disappeared and all that. But the
Kinect is here to stay.
It's still in my living room.
What games do they do for it? Just Dance. Are we having a Just Dance party at your house, Mark?
There was so much earnest love in that question. What are they doing with the Kinect? Nothing. It's giving you the microphone, and it will give you fouls in sports games if you yell obscenities.
So when I curse when I'm playing NBA 2K, it'll give me a tech. Thank you so much. So I get it. Like, I understand all of that, but that's not what E3 is always about. It's not always just having a market-ready product, especially for hardware. It's a lead-up. This is the future. Like, these types of trade shows, they need to lead into the future as well.
But it seems like the hardware and the software are so... Like, that's the problem with the Kinect is... Or any of these kind of things, like, the hardware gets developed in isolation... And then it gets thrown out there, and people are like, well, this sucks. Like, of course it sucks. You need software. And it's going to take a little while. So I don't see why. And I guess that you're starting to see more of it, but I think the thing is, like, bring these top-tier developers. Like, don't show the HoloLens in isolation at the end of it. But in each of these things, if you're going to have Bethesda, if you're going to have Ubisoft, like, show them, like, hey, this game, it's not ready. But here's something that we think we could do with it, and this might be what we're looking to in the future. Because right now, they're showing me all these cool games, and I'm like, okay, great, but these are games that, other than the graphics and the, whatever story you're trying to tell, they're not really different from games that were out 10 years ago.
Not yet.
So what are you doing?
And well, I don't know if we need a complete reinvention of what gaming is, because all of a sudden we're strapping on glasses to our heads and faces.
Some of us have been strapping on glasses for a while, Jeff. All right.
Strapping on screens, I guess, is the more appropriate term. Like, I don't know if we need a complete reinvention of what gaming is, but like. One of the funny trends for something like the Oculus Rift is the type of gaming that apparently we saw a lot of was like third not first person, but third person view, which is kind of a weird thing to happen with virtual reality. You would think a lot of it would be first person, but we have seen a few third person games that have popped up. So that kind of tells me that they haven't quite mastered it yet, but it's also, this is really the first generation of any of these.
That Minecraft example of the HoloLens, I would rock that all the time. I love being able to just search, like, you can leave your character somewhere, search all around for all of the minerals and stuff that you're looking for, or whatever.
So you're like a cheat.
Fuck yeah. Are you crazy? No, but I mean, that's a neat perspective to put something on. And you add multiplayer into that. Maybe someone gets the ability to play Minecraft God. I'm going to strike you down with lightning, and I'm going to give him all of the gold in the area. Like, that's
Peter
a cool
Molyneux
thing.
Make a game like that? Was
like
it not
Black
called?
and White?
Oh yeah, I thought it was just simply called God. I guess that wouldn't have went over too well.
Black and White with the cows and shit.
Yeah.
That game was fun.
That's an old school game. That's way back.
But I guess they do have those kind of things. You see it in some sort of some like first person shooters where like someone plays the commander or something like that, and I could definitely see that being a cool technology. But I don't know. I mean, it does. I know you're saying that we don't need to show, like, change gaming, but it kind of does. Like, the space that people game in, it's going to be different. And I think where VR is going to come in is not in games like that, but in mobile. I really think that the VR is going to skip the living room and go to mobile somehow, and it's going to be these kind of other experiences that VR is really going to kick in for mobile, not for
you mean more augmented reality than you do VR.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I don't know, like I just don't see like having the whole like living room of the future where like you sit here and like all of your
Elon Musk.
all of your experiences exist in the net. Like that's what VR kind of like the sci-fi, but I don't know. I think mobile's going to drive VR.
What are you going to hack the World Wide Web with your VR headset?
And I don't think gaming is going to drive VR. I think it's going to be like...
I agree with you
it's
there.
Marketing. It's something else is going to drive VR.
Gaming will not drive VR.
No.
I will put a pin in something, though. I read on Kotaku a little while ago that there was someone developing a phone-type game. So you're looking down a hallway or whatever, your phone's doing an augmented or a VR reality-type image over top of it, and it's horror. It's like PT or it's something like that.
Don't want it.
Dude, there are going to be scores of people going after an app like that because that involves your home. Of course, it probably could ruin your home. No, it's totally
not
there.
Walking around.
It's wet in this chair just thinking about that game. And
Not walking around my home,
not the happy kind,
Yeah.
the like the frightened.
It was
I don't
enough
want no
walking
part.
around like a fake home in PT, not doing my own place.
Yeah.
Done. Over.
When we were playing that and you guys left, like I had to run screaming because Amanda was in bed. It's like, I need to get out of here. I don't like the dark. Yeah, no, I don't. No, fuck that. We don't need that. Don't bury that technology. Nobody wants that. Bring the table. That's fine. Until like scary, like if you make the table and then like I'm just sitting there watching whatever and all of a sudden like a scary arm pops up, fuck that. That table's going out the window. I don't want that shit in my house. Oh, fuck you. You should be doing something else. Stop watching Netflix. You can't watch an entire season in a day. I don't want that. Leave me alone. Stop evaluating my life decisions and stop scaring the shit out of me with my own stuff. I don't want it.
That could be used for a pretty good exercise program, though, I'm sure.
Yeah. Get off the couch. I can't wait till we have our first VR-related death. And let's be honest, the industry we're talking about that's going to drive VR is porn. And I know I'm just going to say that because the cup of shut
and
the
medical,
fuck up.
but it's going to be related somehow.
Those are the same things, Jeff. Obviously.
All right, let's we got the cup.
All right, we're going to talk about Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero Live and Rock Band.
And I was going to say, I hope this means we can talk about Rock Band.
Yeah.
Because Rock Band is obviously the winner. I don't give a shit.
Break them both down for us, though. I need you to introduce us both to them.
So, Rock Band does nothing new.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
That's still pretty solid.
Nothing new.
Good ground.
There's going to be new songs. You can use all your old songs. The instruments are pretty much the same. You can buy new ones if you threw all yours out. And it's 1,000 times better than Guitar Hero.
Okay.
Who's trying to do lots new.
What's Guitar Hero?
So Guitar Hero Live.
Guitar Hero Live.
On its surface, looks very cool. They've scrapped the band. You're just back to the guitar. You have a guitar that has 3 buttons, but 2 rows, which is supposed to simulate moving both up and down the neck, but left to right across the different strings. As someone that even casually plays guitar, I can tell you that's bullshit. It doesn't work like that, but that's their pitch. The cool thing about it, and it's only going to be cool once, is that it changes the perspective. So rather than seeing this kind of goofy representation of your band when all the notes are coming at you, you see this live crowd that looks like real people because it's filmed, and it's real people that interact live. So if you're going nuts, going crazy, everyone's cheering, and then you start hitting or missing notes, the crowd reacts, and you see the crowd like in real time start to boo you and everything.
So while you're playing, you're looking at the crowd.
But that's the thing, you're not paying attention to that shit. You're paying attention to the notes. So it's cool, but it doesn't matter. Honestly, like the shit is background. You could put up like pictures of flying dicks. No one knows what's going on back there. You're not looking at that. You're like, I gotta hit the notes. I gotta hit the notes. Like you don't. They might as well just put up like fuck you. You're shit at this game. Like that's really you might.
Your little thing there. What he was doing there. I'm probably gonna turn that into an animated GIF for you. Just so you know.
You turn my hands into penises or something, and you really go full. But and the other part of it is. So you're going to have your group of songs that they'll do this to, and then the second part of the game goes back to how it always was-ish. It puts music videos, because apparently those exist. They're just fucking clips on YouTube now.
I don't know feel about the music videos.
And then you can go and play the song of your favorite music. So that's going to be, it's EA, I'm pretty sure.
Is that the live portion of it? Activision's Guitar Hero.
So that's going to cost a fuck pile of money.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently it's like a constant always on service, so you can like go and there'll be new songs or whatever. And
I see.
But Mike, if I need to shake it off, I have to shake it off.
But
that's what I'm saying.
But what you could do instead is buy Shake It Off from Rock Band, because it will inevitably come out. You can play it with all the instruments, with 3-part vocals, with all your friends, and it's going to be fun because
Is that
Rock
confirmed,
Band,
like the 3-part vocals?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like my favorite part. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, so like that's the thing. Rock Band, it's like, okay, we should do something new.
Yeah.
But fuck it, you like the old shit, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a place that needs innovation.
Yeah.
Nobody's looking for the next innovative thing in rhythm games. It's fucking rhythm games. You're going to push something.
Yeah.
All rhythm games are the same. You push something to match with the screen and make the lights blink.
Every
That's
single
every rhythm game. That's it.
Regardless of what you've played on and when you played on what generation, it's always been the same.
Yeah, there's no innovation needed. It's the same thing. All it is different shit, different body parts that you use.
Yeah, you could use your feet by stamping, or it's a stylus that you're tapping.
You're
but it's always
dancing.
the same.
You had the Nintendo had it with that stupid bongo and Donkey Kong.
That was tight.
It was tight. Stupid, because it had the clap too.
Yeah,
you had left, right, clap.
That's right.
But it's all the same shit. It's not something that's going to change.
Right.
If we still have gaming 100 years from now and we still have rhythm games, it's going to be like, oh, well, you can airstruck your virtual harpoxicord or whatever the fuck into the air, and that will be, and your retinal things will explode, and you'll get this overwhelming sense of, or like dopamine right to the brain. Like that's how rhythm games are gonna. So it's still the same shit. It's just they got rid of all the plastic drums and nonsense.
Someone needs to Google right now harpoxicord. What is harpoxicord?
I don't know. It's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna kickstart it, and you fuckers are all gonna buy it. But yeah, I don't. I love Rock Band, and I love Guitar Hero too. It's not one that I followed as closely, but Rock Band. When Jeff and I were living together, we have stories about how Rock Band saved lives.
Oh, it saved lives, indeed. And it cures hangovers. It gets you drunk and then cures the hangover. Yeah. It's amazing.
It gives you an excuse when apparently you were doing something and you needed to tell someone else you were doing something else, and you say you're playing Rock Band. And because we played it so much, everyone believed it.
And we understood what it meant.
Yeah. It was great. So I have a lot of nostalgia for Rock Band, but I still think that the whole idea, like, make it work well. I know they had the Rock Band network, so like independent artists could put up their stuff, and I'm sure they'll probably continue something like that. It's cool that they're supporting all the back stuff, which is kind of the thing we skipped over for E3. The big announcement from Microsoft was that the Xbox One is going to be now backwards compatible. Which
I'll tell you right there and then. I saw this on Twitter and I agree with it. They are king at doing stuff that they should have been doing from the get-go.
Yep.
So that while it's a huge announcement, it's something they should have done last year.
I don't know how you can have all this backlash and be like, oh, it's not backwards compatible. Sorry guys, hardware's super different now. We couldn't make it work. It would cost a lot more money. And then now 2 years later, they're like, oh yeah, we'll just you get a patch and you're good.
I think it's like Steve from marketing or something like that was like, well, no, we can't do a backwards compatibility because all of a sudden things will be wrong.
It was a decision made in the boardroom. There's no question about it. It's definitely a decision made in the boardroom, and that. Yeah, Microsoft gets in their own way sometimes.
But the other thing is, it looks like Rock Band. I'm not sure about Guitar Hero, so I won't go on record and give this a fault against it. But Rock Band is definitely going to be compatible with older generation, which is nice because as a PC gamer that has all the old gen stuff and none of the current, it would almost push me over the edge to go get a new system, but I really wouldn't want to. And again, like I find all that visual stuff, even if it means that I get none of the visuals and it's just the notes coming up on the screen, if that's that's what I care about. I don't care if you now have like 8 million light particle vectors. Shit, that like it's a distraction to whatever's on the screen.
Yeah, you just need to know when to click and when to strum. Really, no, that's
when to drum. I don't. And have the nice little notes.
Yeah, no.
So you sing beautifully. We might as well skip. Go right to the end. Let's just talk about Star Wars. Yeah, you nerds can talk about Star Wars.
Well, okay. Get into Battlefront.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Get into it.
That was one of the biggest things of that press conference, and let me tell you, the press conferences this year, they had some stuff to deal with, like Jason Derulo or whoever the guy was. That oh my god, what are you thinking of?
No live performances.
A long ass interview with Pele. Don't get me started about how long that should have been taken off. I mean, give the guy his credit. but not at a video game press conference.
Was this E3s?
Yeah.
Or not, sorry, E3s, but EA's?
I would assume because it was first for FIFA.
Yeah. I will admit, I watched none of EA's.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's fine.
The only thing I cared about is something I can't. They're like, oh yeah, Mirror's Edge 2. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Ubisoft had both Aisha Tyler and...
She's done a few of them, though.
She's done like
came out in the middle
though.
of that, though, and he started doing dance and stuff. And
for like their Just Dance game or... Yeah, it's Just Dance, I think.
The only thing the Kinect is for.
The only thing the Kinect is for. Kinect party at Mark's place.
Regardless, Star Wars Battlefront,
yes.
Okay? Since Lucas sold the franchise, everybody's been worried about this game.
Why?
Well, I mean, because everything was going to be taken off, right, or stopped. So
what in good conscience has made you think that LucasArts gives a flying fuck about anything related to Star Wars, that they were going to take care of it properly?
Well, they did have that Star Wars, what was it, 13 or 1333?
Yeah.
That did look pretty good. I don't remember many of the details, but the feel looked really awesome.
And then they were going to do some sort of MMORPG thing. Like
they did do that. It sucked.
It's
no, but a new one. There was a new one coming out. Oh, yeah.
They were not going to give up on Old Republic.
I think they were.
What?
You sound like you actually played it and gave a shit about it.
I didn't play it, but like they invested a lot of money into that, a lot of time and effort. Like I can't see them jumping to something else. Like they haven't even.
Jeff, if that were really what was important in life, people wouldn't get divorced.
It is EA.
People, all right, we're gonna get a little. Go back to Star Wars now.
Okay, so Battlefront.
We're gonna ruin some families here.
When I was watching the gameplay, I was really impressed because I think they took a lot of the elements of like a Call of Duty and they put it into the
Battlefield.
More Battlefield, yeah. But I'm still saying like being there with like the blasters and all of the gear from Star Wars, that is just the shit. That is, and it looks so awesome. And then Vader came out, and then Skywalker and his like Jedi stuff came out, and it's like, I'm all about that. Yeah. That was right on. I don't know. I'm glad they saved it for the last because it saved that press conference for being entertaining. But I'm telling you. I'm all about that game. I don't know which platform to get it for, but I know it's going to be a good game.
PC Master Race.
It's a PC game. I think it's a PC game in my opinion. Just the way it looks and feels, I think it's a PC game. Right? And if you're switching, I don't know, I just think it's a PC game, my opinion.
How do you play shooters on a fucking console? Casual shit. I did go back and watch the Star Wars portion of the EA thing because I can't handle. I don't care about soccer games or almost anything else that EA does.
Another Madden.
Is there another Madden?
Yeah.
Is it coming?
Man, barely just made it. Like they just managed to get everything perfect this year, and they're gonna release.
I say that shit, but I'll still buy it.
Of course you will.
I know. But Star Wars does look really good. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because there was so much stuff. Maybe it's because I like Fallout so much that I just...
You don't want to drive one of the AT-ATs? You don't want to drive one of, like, any of the...
No, because knowing Battlefield games, it won't work. The servers will be fucked.
So negative. You're so negative.
Ugh, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a lot of... I hope not, but I feel like there'll be a lot of disappointment with that because they haven't really shown... Because it's not like it was just, the last Battlefield didn't really work out, and they'll pull through this. They've got a very impressive track record of fucking up Battlefield games. So...
Hardline wasn't that bad. What are you talking about? Sorry. Do that before I open my mouth.
It's... Yeah, I don't know, like the... Especially on PC. And, that's apparently the only thing that matters, right? Am I right, guys?
No.
No.
I cannot wait for this to come out on a console, because I don't care if it's the PS4 that I have to get it for or whatever to make it look better. I don't care. It's going to rock, and I cannot wait for it. I think that's going to... I didn't... it's been a long time since I've enjoyed a Battlefront game,
right.
So I'm stoked for this. This is going to be a good game.
It comes out like 7 days after Fallout, so no one will care.
That's true. Although I'm not going to get Fallout. I can't stand Fallout.
I guess. I mean, must be terrible to have no taste in real things.
So we still have time on the ticker here. What about just Star Wars in general? Like, I mean, we got a movie coming out soon. What are your thoughts, feelings?
The trailer looks good. The stuff looks good. I mean, I'm just scared. Have you guys known any of the comic book era stuff? Like they've been dropping a few hints type thing.
I haven't paid attention myself directly, but I know in talking to some people, it really sounds like they're integrating the comics very well for those that are really that want that lore. I like Star Wars, but I don't pay attention enough to really get deep into that lore, but it does sound, what they're talking about sounds very cool.
So can I drop a spoiler for you?
Yeah.
If you haven't heard it, and for those of you listening and watching, skip ahead because this is the spoiler.
We'll put the spoiler on the thing so people know.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll skip ahead to where the spoiler's not.
Han Solo is married.
Yeah.
That's kind of insane. And the chick's been following him around, trying to catch up with him in the past comics that I've seen, and it's like, holy shit, this is pretty cool. How is this going to affect him and whatnot? Because the setup is between episode 4 and episode 5, I believe. So it's between A New Hope and Empire. So I don't know, man. It's kind of serious.
I've heard a spoiler too.
Okay.
Darth Vader has not one, but 2 children.
Oh my god!
I think we can take the spoiler thing off now.
So yeah, that's Battlefront. I think. Oh look, the cup appeared.
All right. The lightning round. Maybe we should all say one thing that we haven't talked about, and we can tell each other why that thing is stupid and why we didn't talk about it.
Well, actually, no. I have a question for you because I know you're a Fallout fan. They also talked about Fallout Shelter. I was just wondering if you had a chance to check that out.
No, because I don't have an Apple product.
Right.
And whatever. I understand the exclusivity for it. That's fine. But
that piqued my interest. That actually caught my attention.
It looks cool. I've seen people playing it.
From Bethesda.
Yeah, they put a lot of funny stuff into it, and I will enjoy playing it when it inevitably comes to Android because I think is that the exclusive is something ridiculous, but whatever.
Hold on. No, that was just my question.
That's it.
That was it. I was curious. Well, I mean, I can talk about other stuff, but
can we talk about how good Jurassic Park is, or Jurassic World? Sorry,
haven't caught it yet.
Are you serious?
Yeah, not yet.
Fuck right off.
The part where the cotton candy monster eats all the little bunny children's, that's great.
We're talking about the end scene, right? Because I was.
Yeah, that's the scene.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I don't remember that part specifically, but because it's so over the top stupid. That's why that I could see something like that. So I won't ruin anything for you.
All right.
What people haven't seemed to be saying is the movie is banana nut sandwich retarded. It makes absolutely no sense. So obviously you understand kind of
We've lost our close-up camera, just so you know.
So we're switching to the wide. So you understand the basic plot, the Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, so there's some dinosaurs. So in Jurassic World, they open the park back up and they're creating new super dinosaurs. Yes. The reason why they do that is fucking insane. They're supposed to be for military hardware. They're going to use dinosaurs.
I thought you were going to spoil it for them.
It's not. That's within 20 minutes of the movie. That's
So
cool,
right away.
cool.
Here's my question about Jurassic World, though. Does it live up to Jurassic Park?
It depends what you got out of Jurassic Park. Is the movie
good? When I think of Jurassic Park, I think of my 8-year-old self and everything he could imagine. It just completely captured me. And really just fulfilled everything I could ever conjure up in my own brain.
Yes, absolutely. The thing I think that's very different about it is this is an action movie first, there's very little suspense. Where I found Jurassic Park was much better with the suspense.
Jurassic World have the longevity as Jurassic?
Yes,
I think so.
It integrates into the series good enough.
Being just an action movie.
It's not just an
action
movie.
Suspense?
It's more. It's the kind of people would probably still say there's a lot of suspense. It's the suspense for today's movies,
right? Okay,
because you don't make.
So like it's an Avengers 2 to an Avengers 1. I found I loved Avengers Age of Ultron, but it was definitely more action set to action set to action set, right?
Yeah.
That's where I thought Avengers 1 kind of had to bring them together, tell more of a story. That's how I felt about it, anyways.
I would agree with that. They're still very good. They're very different movies, and that's what people have seemingly been saying as well.
I'll check it out this week.
You go see it.
Yeah.
Go the end. So even if you're on the fence about it, this is the thing, because I was like, this is a little bit too much action. Nothing. The end scene is probably people need to stop making movies at this point, because that might be the greatest thing that was ever put to film. Yeah, absolutely.
The climax of that. And
literally
sort of fight.
at the edge of the fight.
Yeah.
When that happened.
Yeah. That was your oh my god moment.
I lost it. Thank God when I went to see it, I was at the drive-in. So I wasn't, because if I was in a theater, I would have ruined it because oh my god, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. I had that moment. So thank God it was contained to the car, rather than being in a movie theater, because I would have been and they would have kicked me out. I couldn't have seen. There wasn't really much after that. But
you're big on dinosaurs, but that's okay. Moving on, lightning round.
That's not much lightning, but that's all right.
Not much lightning. Did you guys see Jared Leto's Joker?
Well, no. Give us more than the doesn't say anything.
Whatever. It's the thing with the Jokers.
You can't have no opinion on Jared Leto's Joker.
I really don't have an opinion on it, because I want to see it first. Because you can't. Everyone's oh well, it's not the same as Heath Ledger's Joker. Of course, it's not the same as Heath Ledger's Joker.
I don't think anyone's saying that. People are saying it's not the same as Heath Ledger's Joker. That's fine. No one should have expected that. But what is this Joker?
I think it's going to be more along the lines of Killing Joke.
I think they've left it no other place to go.
Yeah.
Really? What else are they going to do? Marvel's kicking their ass. They got to bring out the top shit now. So if that's where it's going to go,
I think this might be a Joker that might have to die at the end of this movie. This Joker may not be able to be contained. Right? What do you think of the tattoos though?
They were later said they weren't included or something like that in the actual film.
They're
really
from the set photos I've seen. Yeah. And the one he has on the forehead, that's there.
Crazy. I don't know. I mean,
it could work. It all depends on the world they build it around too. That's a thing. If it's one of those really dark, grungy, and then kind of also punky style atmospheres they build, then it makes sense. I feel like the Joker is a character that's kind of a product of his environment. So if they make that environment work, then then those kind of things will work on the character. By itself, no, it doesn't work. But
I mean, just to bring us around and end this part of this lightning round topic, I'm much more interested in looking at Margot Robbie than I am at Jared Leto right now.
I think it's the girl.
It is.
That must be the girl.
Playing
right?
Harley Quinn. Harley Quinzel.
We're talking about Will Smith, right? That's who I'm. Yeah.
Moving on. Someone explain to me what happened between Taylor Swift, and Apple.
I hope Jeff has this because I don't.
Yeah. So, Apple released their new their new streaming product, whatever that's called. Just
is it called Beats?
At the moment. It probably is Beats Music or something like that.
Beats by Jobs.
Apple iBeats.
But so they were releasing it. It's going to be free for the first, I think, 2-3 months or whatever. And Apple wasn't going to pay the artists during this time.
Oh,
yeah.
So free for even Apple. They were going to make it free for Apple.
Yeah, 100% free for everyone.
I like how they can decide that. Who lets them? We're going to take all your things.
Yeah.
We're going to sell them to people, but we're not going to get money from them right away. So we're not going to pay you for it.
Yeah.
It's like letting people live in my house rent free.
So basically, Taylor Swift,
which has happened actually,
I suppose, but I'm an adult now, Jeff. I can't have that kind of shit. I can't wake up and be like, I don't know who this person is on my couch.
But so Taylor Swift came in and was like, put the
so she
kibosh
wrote
to
an
that.
open letter. A girl, T Swift, here wrote an open letter to Apple, stating, this is bullshit.
Is that what she said?
I take some creative freedom with it, and in one day they changed their mind. In one day, they're like, "Yep, you're getting paid."
Okay.
I mean, you can't have...
It's T Swift.
Yeah, you can't have Taylor Swift pulling her music.
But honestly, those streaming services, like, they talk about artists, like, not the big artists, but even the big artists don't make a whole lot of money for it.
No.
You look, the independent artists, like, my song's been listened to, like, 2 billion times, and I made $35.
Yeah.
That is shit. Bummer. But streaming's really convenient, so I'm just going to pretend
But artists never really did that great off of, like, even, like,
Spotify
when people
or
were
anything.
buying music, like, out of an actual store, like discs and
But
cassettes.
it's gotten progressively
But
worse.
it has gotten
for them.
progressively worse.
But the barrier of entry is also a lot easier.
Exactly, right?
So,
now, Apple said they were going to pay them more than the average streaming,
that's not a lot.
income or whatever. But yeah, exactly. It was never a lot anyways. But yeah, no, they changed their mind. They said, all right, you're getting paid.
I feel like that was the plan the whole time.
Last part, X-Files coming back.
Yeah. So I'm actually a bit of an X-Files noob, but I'm looking forward to really getting caught up and catching this new series too.
Gillian Anderson is in a group with very few other women. Wendy Mesley have gotten way hotter with age. Wendy Mesley might only, like, if anyone from the U.S. listens to this and like, who the fuck is Wendy Mesley? She's the hot librarian that shows up on the news that used to be married to our ugly newscaster, and now he looks and says,
Google.
I fucked this up
Google
so bad.
I don't have words. I don't have words for that. That's just...
I feel like that was a very rude comment, and I don't want it to be... well, whatever, I already said it. But I am super excited for the X-Files. Just full stop. I know the cup is up, but we're going to talk for a second about Home.
Okay.
I know you're not a big X-Files fan. Are you? Did you watch?
I think after the 4th season or something like that,
Okay,
I
so
just
you would have seen
trailed off.
Home then. Do you remember Home? It's the one
Tell us
where
about
they're
it.
in buttfuck nowhere deep south, and there's like a string of people getting mutilated or eaten or something to that effect, and people are like, oh, it's those creepy motherfuckers that live in the house way up in the hill, like, and you're like, okay, it's one of these stories kind of thing. And then they go to the house, and it's all these brothers that are like mongoloids, like horribly deformed because there's been rampant incestuous breeding, and they go in and find that the mother is on this, like, under the bed, has like no arms or legs, this fucking skateboard, and it is dark. Like, I don't know, they didn't show it again on TV because people were like, this is fucked.
I wonder if that's on the Netflix.
It is. It's still on Netflix, and it's in like a lot of their box.
That's like the House on Haunted Hill has eyes, kind of, sort of way
like,
of doing
like
things.
PT meets X-Files.
Oh god.
Anyway, they're making a sequel, or the rumor is, because there's an episode called Home Again.
Oh.
So
right. Wow.
Home again, jiggity jig.
I'm excited.
All right.
Well, that ends this episode, guys.
It does. I'm Mike.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Mark.
We're gonna have some outro music. Hopefully you enjoyed.
Peace.